Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. President Langille, I declare that all are assembled and in order for the Northeast Ohio Medical University 2022 commencement ceremony. Good morning, everyone. It's nice to see everyone in person as we celebrate our graduates. My name is Dr. Patrick Gallegos, and as chair of the University Faculty Council at Northeast Ohio Medical University, I extend a warm welcome to our students, alumni, faculty, staff, Board of Trustees, Foundation Board, family members, and friends who join us for today's celebration, the 42nd commencement ceremony for our university. I would like to recognize members of the Board of Trustees and University Administration who will not be speaking today. From the Board of Trustees, Philip Trueblood, Vice Chair, Charlene Ramos Chesnes, Robert Plunk, Dr. Susan Tave Zellman, Ward J. Timken, Jr., and student trustees Sanja Jinka and Joshua L. Tidd. From the University Administration, Andre Burton, Vice President for Human Resources and Diversity, Roderick Ingram, Sr., Vice President for Communications and Chief Marketing Officer, Lindsay Loftus, Interim Vice President for Advancement and President of the NEOMED Foundation, Lacey Madison, Chief Strategy Officer, and Mary Taylor, Vice President for Operations and Finance. I want to thank all of you, as well as members of your staff, for the great work that you do to support our students. Now, I have the privilege of introducing our president, Dr. John Langille.
Thank you, Dr. Gallegos, for serving as Grand Marshal for today's ceremony. I must also thank all of your peers, our distinguished faculty members, who each share a role in the development of today's graduates as future leaders in healthcare. I also want to recognize Dr. Hans Tewison, who was recently named and approved by the Board of Trustees as the university's second only distinguished university professor, the highest honor we give to any faculty member within our ranks. Would all members of the NEOMED faculty please stand if able and be recognized? Please be seated. Before we stand for the National Anthem, let us take a moment of silence to remember the members of the NEOMED community who passed within the past year, including a class of 2021 graduate, Dr. Amapreet Singh, and a longtime faculty member, Dr. J. Ronald Micklich. And now will everyone please stand, if able, for the National Anthem. Gentlemen, if appropriate, remove your hats. Please be seated. I'm honored to be serving as the university president for NEOMED's 42nd commencement. And while I'm in my third year, I'm particularly proud that I'm able to do this in person, as this is my first in-person commencement as president of the university. But whether we are virtual, hybrid, or in person, we have a great team that makes everything we do possible. In addition to our faculty, I want to thank the staff, the Board of Trustees, the NEOMED Foundation, and our Alumni Foundation for all they do and for making this possible today. Collaboration is our key to success, and we deeply appreciate our higher education, clinical, pharmacy, research partners, as well as our civic, public, and private partners and supporters. And finally, I want to thank the parents, guardians, spouses, family members, and friends who have served as guiding forces and support teams that ensured the success of today's graduates. To our graduates, thank you for believing in our mission. Thank you for pivoting, sometimes with very little notice, during an extremely challenging time during this pandemic. The work you are about to do is more than just service, science, and scholarship. It requires fundamental values such as leadership, excellence, advocacy, diversity, equity, and respect, all of which are part of the NEOMED DNA. Thank you for entrusting us to prepare you to do good and to do well as future transformational leaders in the health professions. I look forward to seeing all of you bring positive change to lives, systems, and policies in healthcare. So what does transformational leadership look like in healthcare? Since I arrived in Ohio nearly 3 years ago, I had the pleasure of meeting many senior leaders of health systems, pharmacies, research institutions, and educational and training programs, from presidents, CEOs, chairs, division chiefs at some of the world's best hospitals located right here in Northeast Ohio, to innovators, advocates for policy change, and system disruptors. Many of these leaders share a common commitment to improve health through education, discovery, and service. The breadth of work and accomplishments of these health professionals reads like a who's who of transformational leaders. There's Ray Onders, the Chief of General and Gastrointestinal Surgery at University Hospitals, who is also an incredible innovator and entrepreneur and has created a new medical device and marketed it to be able to help patients breathe. Dr. Crystal Mcqueen, the founding director of Stanford Center for Cancer Cell Therapy, who developed chimeric antigen receptor, or CAR T-cell therapies, which are groundbreaking new therapies to treat cancer in children. Dr. Don Malone, the president of Cleveland Clinic's Ohio Hospitals and Family Medical Centers, whose leadership has advanced the integration of primary and mental health care. Dr. Eric Espinal, president at Summa Health, cardiothoracic surgeon group, who led the development of improved intubation and extubation boxes for the safety of patients and care providers. Dr. Amy Acton, who was the trusted voice during the pandemic and referred to by many as America's doctor. Dr. Tim Church, a clinical pharmacist at West Palm Beach VA Medical Center, who uses his writing expertise to educate pharmacists and educate patients on how to manage their diabetes and can take control of their lives. Dr. Mehul Patel, an IBM clinical adoption specialist who applies cutting-edge artificial intelligence to improve healthcare for populations. Dr. Frank Pape, Chair of Dermatology and Plastic Surgery Institute at the Cleveland Clinic, who performed the first near-total face transplant in the United States. Princess Obogu, Chief of Pediatric Allergy, Immunology, and Rheumatology at University Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital, who helped to build that division. Dr. Serpil Ezram, Chair of the Lerner Research Institute, whose pulmonary research led to diagnostic and therapeutic advances in lung diseases, considered amongst her peers to be one of the greatest medical researchers in the world. Dr. Rajiv Venkaya, who developed the United States National Strategy for Pandemic Influenza Management. Much of it has translated into the way we manage the current COVID pandemic. And Dr. Jackie Boyle, the Assistant Dean of Student Success at NEOMED, who successfully advocated at the state level to help achieve provider status for pharmacists within Ohio. Those are some of thousands of transformational leaders throughout Ohio and beyond. Why do I bring their names up? What do each of them have in common? Each and every one of those individuals are part of NEOMED. More so, they are graduates from NEOMED. The transformational leaders who are coming out of our institution and improving healthcare at many different levels. Each of them makes it clear that they did not do this alone, that their medical education and practice are really key to what they did. But they also recognize the way we practice and the way we educate needs to change, and that leadership and collaboration are critical. NEOMED harnesses diversity, innovation, and collaboration to create transformational leaders. And the work we are doing now, developing new leadership in medical programs, collaborating with others, improving our diversity, our equity, and our inclusion of underrepresented minorities, empowering our NEOMED community, and designing a culture for exceptional experiences makes it sustainable for us as we improve health through education, discovery, and service. All of you, our graduates, are fundamental to becoming the change agents. Through compassionate leadership, you will do amazing things. We know you will build upon the great legacy of your college, your university, and your fellow alumni. But now that we want you to know you will not do it alone, as we implore all students, employees, and health professionals, civic, public, and private partners, health partners, members of the community, and all others to get involved. Healthcare and health improvement is everybody's business, and our new graduates, you are going to be part of that leadership that transforms the way we do things. Congratulations on your accomplishments, and I look forward to seeing you amongst the best in the health professions. Now, please join me in welcoming our Board of Trustee Chair, Richard Mcqueen, who has served on NEOMED's Board of Trustees since May 2015 and was elected as chair in September of 2020.
Thank you, Dr. Langille, and good morning, everybody. It is wonderful to be able to meet in person again, isn't it? So congratulations to our 2022 graduates, and thank you and your families for the work that you have done to become our next leaders in the healthcare professions. As chair of the board, my role is to support President Langille and his team to ensure the sustainability of the university. I feel privileged each time I attend a meeting to gain additional knowledge of the amazing work that's being done by our students, staff, faculty, and alumni. But I'm not surprised. When Dr. Langille joined NEOMED, he talked about Lean Six Sigma, leadership, and data-informed decisions, language that I was very familiar with from my professional career. But when he stressed how these business principles were needed in medical education and practice to advance wellness, I thought, what an interesting approach. Although I was aware that the majority of medical issues could not simply be remedied with care and medicine, I hadn't made the connection that combining science with business principles would be the key to our sustainability in creating transformational leaders. It's also a key to bringing positive change to all of healthcare. So to echo Dr. Langille, to you, our graduates, we are hoping that your challenge is to lead this transformation. So on behalf of my fellow Board of Trustee members, I again congratulate you, our newest healthcare professionals, and again thank you for the work that you've done, but more importantly, for the work that you are about to do. Today, we present honorary degrees to two exceptional leaders who are exemplars of transformational leadership. It is my pleasure to invite Dr. Chandra Coley, Distinguished Professor of Neurosurgery, to join me next to the podium, and for Dr. Langille to tell you more about his amazing achievements.
Thank you, Mr. Mcqueen. Dr. Chandra Coley has served with distinction as role model, mentor, and friend to Northeast Ohio Medical University students, faculty, and staff, and has served 18 years as a NEOMED Board of Trustee, the longest serving trustee member in NEOMED's history. Amongst his many leadership roles, Dr. Coley served as chairman and vice chairman of the NEOMED Board of Trustees, chair of NEOMED Institutional Advancement, Finance and Fiscal Policy and Investment, and Executive Committee. He has provided valuable leadership and continuity in helping to guide the university, including providing advice and support of campus expansion, academic programming, and development. Dr. Coley and his family are committed to the mission of NEOMED and have made significant financial contributions to assist the mission and to the assistance of the success of university students, faculty, and staff by providing support to academic programs, academic technology, and diversity and presidential initiatives, along with scholarship. Dr. Coley is a senior neurosurgeon at St. Elizabeth's Medical Center and has served in this capacity for nearly 50 years. He is widely respected by his profession and has served in many capacities, including president of the medical staff, clinical executive committee, vice president of medical staff, clinical executive committee, assistant director of surgical services, and director of the section of neurosurgery. Dr. Coley is committed to service and has been an active participant with many professional organizations, including chairman and board member of the India Association of Greater Youngstown, board member of the American College of International Physicians, and board member MRI Cooperative. Therefore, be it resolved, the Board of Trustees of Northeast Ohio Medical University hereby awards the honorary degree of Science Honoris Causa to Chandra M. Coley, MD, in recognition of his lifelong dedication to education and community service, his honesty, integrity, indomitable spirit, boundless optimism, and unerring dedication to doing what is right for all citizens, and his steadfast support as a role model and friend to university students, faculty, and staff. I would like to ask Dr. Dwayne J. Taylor to please come to the front and stand next to Mr. Mcqueen. Our second honoree, Dr. Dwayne J. Taylor, a 1985 graduate of NEOMED College of Medicine. Dr. Taylor has served with distinction as role model, mentor, and friend to Northeast Ohio Medical University's students, faculty, and staff. Dr. Taylor is the medical director of Le Visage ENT and Facial Plastic Surgery, LLC in Bethesda, Maryland. He is board certified in otolaryngology and head and neck surgery and completed a fellowship in plastic and reconstructive surgery with the internationally renowned plastic surgeon, Dr. Clyde Litton. Dr. Taylor has over 30 years of experience in clinical practice in metropolitan Washington, D.C., which includes Maryland, Washington, D.C., and Northern Virginia. Dr. Taylor is an international humanitarian. His efforts include medical missions to South America, mentoring disadvantaged youth, volunteering at community-based homeless shelters, and participating in health fairs. His annual Beauty Giving campaign has contributed proceeds to organizations like Children's Inn of NIH and Treehouse CAC of Montgomery County. Dr. Taylor has served as the Montgomery County Health Commission and on many boards, including the Mid-Atlantic Permanente Medical Group, Medical Society of DC, and the National Medical Association. From 2019 to 2020, Dr. Taylor served as president of the American Academy of Otolaryngology Head and Neck Surgeons, the profession's highest honor, which represents more than 12,000 ear, nose, and throat physicians internationally. He is the first African-American physician to hold that position. Dr. Taylor has received numerous awards in recognition of his work, including the AAO-HNS Distinguished Service Award, Honor Award, and Presidential Citation. The MAPMG Art of Medicine Distinguished Physician Award, and the American Red Cross Real Heroes Award. Dr. Taylor also served as an integral member of Northeast Ohio Medical University President's Diversity and Equity Council since 2020. This initiative is incredibly important to the university as we continue our commitment to increasing campus diversity, as well as providing a more equitable and culturally competent curriculum for students in the colleges of medicine, pharmacy, and graduate studies. Therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of Northeast Ohio Medical University hereby awards the honorary degree Doctor of Science, honoris causa, to Dwayne J. Taylor, MD, in recognition of his lifelong dedication to education, administration, and community service. His honesty, integrity, indomitable spirit, boundless optimism, and unerring dedication to doing what is right for all citizens, and his steadfast support as a role model and friend to the university's students, faculty, and staff. And now it is my pleasure to call to the podium my colleague and my friend, Dr. Forrest Faison III, retired Vice Admiral for the United States Navy, who will provide today's keynote. Vice Admiral Forrest Faison received his bachelor's from Wake Forest University. He was commissioned in 1980 and earned his doctorate degree in medicine and surgery from the Uniformed Services University of the Health Sciences in 1984. Dr. Faison completed postgraduate training in general pediatrics at Naval Hospital San Diego and fellowship training in neurodevelopmental pediatrics at the University of Washington. He served as commander, Navy Medicine West, and Naval Medical Center San Diego, where he was responsible for medical care and support of over 850,000 eligible beneficiaries, a staff of 16,000, 10 hospitals, and more than 30 clinics from the West Coast to the Indian Ocean. Dr. Faison served as Deputy Chief, Bureau of Medicine and Surgery for current and future healthcare operations, Commanding Officer, Naval Hospital, Camp Pendleton, Commanding Officer, U.S. Expeditionary Medical Facility, and U.S. Medical Task Force, Kuwait. In that role, Dr. Faison led a tri-service task force of subordinate commands, was responsible for all healthcare operations in Kuwait, Qatar, and southern Iraq, including all medical logistics support through the U.S. Central Command. Dr. Faison is board certified and an associate clinical professor in pediatrics and a distinguished professor of military medicine at the Uniformed Services University of the Health Sciences. He is a senior member of the American Associate for Physician Leadership and a guest lecturer at Harvard Business School. Dr. Faison served as the Deputy Surgeon General of the Navy and Deputy Chief, Bureau of Medicine and Surgery from 2013 to 2015, and then began serving as the Navy's 38th Surgeon General in the Navy in 2015. Amongst his many awards, Dr. Faison received the Navy Distinguished Service Medal, the Legion of Merit, and the Meritorious Service Medal. You may read his full bio in today's program. There's far too much to cover on the podium today. Please join me for what promises to be a master class in leadership from today's keynote speaker, Dr. Forrest Faison.
Thank you so much. Well, good morning. And most importantly, congratulations. You made it. Congratulations. Look at the happy smiles out there. On behalf of all the healthcare professionals everywhere, let me welcome you to the profession of service and of caring for others. In just a few short moments, you will receive your degrees and will be formally welcomed into the company of those who have dedicated their lives to helping others. From today until the day you leave the profession, your life will always be about others first and not yourself. That's the commitment that you make, regardless of your degree or field of study, pledging yourself to the welfare and well-being of others first. Your journey is just beginning, and the road ahead will take you many places: clinical care, teaching, research, humanitarian missions, executive leadership, or any of the many, many ways that you can serve. But in each, and from today forward, you must always ensure that the patient is at the center of your thinking. As you start this wonderful journey, what wisdom can I share with you that I've learned from my 42-year journey in this profession of service? There are some pearls that I'll share with you as you now start your own journey. Medicine is and will always be an art, passed on from generation to generation. So now, let me pass on to you some simple truths and lessons that I've learned along the way. Each of you, physicians, pharmacists, researchers, teachers, colleagues, are entering a profession of service. You are willingly and knowingly dedicating your life to those who will look to you in need, and for some, in their darkest hours. It will always be about them, not you. That will involve sacrifice on your part, but the satisfaction and warmth that you will feel now more than ever, will depend on them looking to you in hope, and will in itself affirm for you that you made the right career choice. Strike forever from your vocabulary the words I or me, for it is never about you and always about those you are called to serve. Each of you will represent hope to those who have lost hope, strength to the weak, caring and compassion to those who are alone, comfort to those who are facing their own mortality, and peace to those as they come to the end of their journey. Always remember that each and every one of you is more and represents more than just being a healthcare professional. Some of you will go on to an extraordinarily important leadership positions. We need strong leaders in medicine today, perhaps now more than ever. Medicine and our ability to care for those entrusted to us is being shaped by tectonic forces and changes on an unprecedented scale, which provide immense opportunity and potential benefit for our patients, but also come with significant challenges and risks, especially to our most vulnerable. From the lab to the pharmacy, bedside, and beyond, our healthcare system is fragile and challenged, especially now. We saw that fragility during the pandemic. As leaders, it taught us that there really are underserved and disadvantaged people who need our help, our foresight, and our courage to ensure that they too can benefit from all that medicine and good health can provide. It has also taught us that those we lead on our team need our care and our support as much as our patients. Some of you will go on to brilliant careers in research. At a time when the volume of medical knowledge in the world is growing exponentially, we need our best and brightest to develop and research those cures of the future and create that hope for a better tomorrow. Many of you will go into clinical practice. We need outstanding, dedicated healthcare professionals at the point of care. But that road will involve sacrifice as well as reward and challenge. At some point in your career, you will witness unspeakable pain in an abused child or spouse, a victim of crime or another's anger. And you will wonder if God could really be so cruel to let that happen. And then you will be privileged to witness the miracle of birth and realize that in that newborn child is the embodiment of his love and promise that the world, despite its many flaws, should go on. At some point, and despite your best and most heroic efforts, a patient for whom you care deeply will die. And you will go away silently and weep, tears of frustration, of hopelessness, and questioning yourself and whether the years of study, dedication, hard work, and long hours were really worth it or make a difference. And then, when you least expect it, the family of that patient will seek you out and embrace you, thanking you for the strength, the hope, and ultimately the peace that came to them as they stood at the graveside knowing that they and you did your best. And life's journey came full circle, as it must for all of us, but at peace. At some point, you will mistakenly believe that you and you alone are infallible because you are the doctor or because of your knowledge and years of study. And then, despite your best intentions, something will not go as planned. And you will be gently reminded that you, like your patients, are human and imperfect. And although that lesson will be bitter, it will also be a gift. For overconfidence and hubris are more dangerous to our patients than anything else. Be humble and accepting of your limitations. That is a gift that you will give to those for whom you care. At some point, you will be deluded into thinking that science is all you need to care for your patients. And God will, in his way, remind you that medicine, for all the science, is actually an art, and always will be. An art around which we wrap science, but at its core is an art, the art of caring for others. This lesson will occur many times throughout your career, when you spend the night sharing stories and laughter as you hold the hand of a terminally ill patient, or when you embrace and share tears with the family of your patient who has just died, or when you comfort the parents who are just beginning their lifelong journey of caring for their child with developmental challenges. You will cure none of these, but you will cure the hopelessness and fear that comes with facing the unknown, knowing that they are facing it with you. At some point, you will be tempted to believe that what you do is just a job and that no one appreciates your dedication and hard work. And then you will be reminded, in some small way, that you are, in reality, the guardians of a trust. Every patient for whom you will ever care and their families are hoping and praying and depending on you to do all in your power to care for them and to do your best. And that is a trust, and one that will be placed in your hands every day by every patient for whom you will be privileged to care. You are and will always be the guardians of that trust. For those of you who aspire to leadership and will go on to important leadership positions, at some point you will become impressed with yourself. Your titles, your accomplishments, the degrees and certificates on the wall, or the deference that others will show you. But leadership is a privilege, and it is one that must be earned every day, because like your patients, those you are entrusted to lead are depending on you. You are entrusted with their lives and well-being, and every single one of them and their families back home, and every patient for whom they will ever care in the future, are looking to you to lead them, guide them, mentor them, and prepare them to one day take your place so that this art of medicine is passed on to the next generation. Always be worthy of that trust. And so you will soon leave here, and each of you will go your own way to internship, postdoctoral fellowship, employment, service in the armed forces, or elsewhere. When life gets busy, as it will, and you are consumed with the daily tasks of your profession and all that goes into being a busy yet dedicated healthcare professional, how can you remember these simple yet abiding truths and lessons about what you represent to others, what you've committed to your patients and to those who depend on you, and your responsibilities to those you are privileged to lead? How can you remember all these things in the busy tumult of the day? Because you must remember them. These truths that are the foundation of our profession, our calling, our commitment to those we serve, and the trust placed in our hands every day. How can you remember all these things? Well, it's really actually quite simple, so let me share it with you now. Each of you owns, and undoubtedly has with you today, a smartphone. Yeah? Everybody take out your smartphone. Go ahead, stand up, take out your smartphone if you need to. Everybody pull out your smartphone. Families, friends, colleagues, loved ones, faculty members, my colleagues here on the stage, everybody take out your smartphone. Go ahead, take out your smartphone. Open up your photographs. Find a photograph of someone that you love or care very deeply about. Now, turn to the person next to you and tell them why you love or care about the person in that photograph. Go ahead. Everybody do it.
Picture paid on my phone. I know.
Okay. Now, remember this. Every person you will ever meet, every patient for whom you will ever care or treat, every person you will ever be privileged to lead from this day forward, every single one of them is a photograph on someone else's smartphone. Remember the love, and you will always remember the trust. Congratulations, colleagues. Congratulations and welcome to the profession of caring for others, of compassion, of hope, of making a difference. Congratulations, my friends. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Faison, for your service and for sharing your amazing experiences and lifelong lessons with us and our graduates. And now we begin the Conferral of Degrees upon our class of 2022 students. I invite Dr. Eugene Moad, Interim Dean of the College of Medicine, to the podium to present the candidates for the Doctor of Medicine degree.
Good morning and congratulations to the College of Medicine class of 2022. As interim dean, I would be remiss if I also didn't thank my friend and predecessor, Dr. Elizabeth Young, whose leadership before her retirement helped ensure that you would become such a magnificent group of future leaders in healthcare. I am now both happy and honored to pick up the work which she left behind. As is always the case with NEOMED graduates, you are primed to excel as physicians. Never before have medicine students in the modern era practiced their 2 years of clinical rotations during a pandemic, but you did. You've seen firsthand the positive impact that leadership experience and training can have on healthcare during a time of crisis. From interdisciplinary health teams working together to provide care, education, testing, vaccination, isolating and quarantining, to scientists, to policymakers, to system administrators, accelerating solutions to reduce the contraction and spread of the COVID virus led to the reduction of death rates and the management of severe illness. This kind of collaboration made it possible for us to return to normalcy, improving health through education, discovery, and service. This work, your work, reflects the NEOMED mission, and it pleases me to know that it is foundational to the training that you have received in the College of Medicine. Congratulations to you all. I am now pleased to recognize the college's gonfalon bearer, William Downing, who graduates first in his class for the honor to represent the College of Medicine. Bill? The College of Medicine class of 2022 has selected the following exceptional faculty members to present the doctoral hoods. I ask that each individual stand as I call your name and that you hold your applause until all have been introduced. Please join me in recognizing Dr. Bradley Moore, Dr. Joseph Zarconi, Dr. Dražen Petrenik, Dr. Douglas Moses, Dr. Marikita Bellin, Dr. Julie Altman, and Dr. Austin Fredrickson. Doctors Fredrickson, Moore, Moses, Petrenik, and Zarconi are all proud graduates of our university. Thank you for being such great mentors to our students. Please be seated. It is now my great pleasure and privilege to ask the members of the College of Medicine class of 2022 to stand, for President Langille to approach the podium for the conferring of the degree of Doctor of Medicine, and for Dr. Sandra Emmerich, Senior Executive Director, Academic Affairs and Student Services, to prepare to announce the names.
Members of the College of Medicine Class of 2022, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the State of Ohio Department of Higher Education, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Medicine with all rights, privileges, responsibilities pertaining thereto. On behalf of the administration, faculty, staff, and students, I offer you our warmest congratulations and very best wishes. You may be seated.
From the College of Medicine, receiving the degree Doctor of Medicine, Dr. John Abdelnour. Dr. Abdelnour will begin an internal medicine residency at Case Western Metro Health Medical Center in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Radhika Adusamili. Dr. Adusamili will begin a psychiatry residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Hadia Ahmed. Dr. Ahmed will begin an anesthesiology residency at Allegheny General Hospital in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Dr. Hashim Ahmed. Dr. Ahmed will begin a family medicine residency at the Ohio Health Grant Medical Center in Columbus, Ohio. Dr. Dalia Al-Kawaga. Dr. Al-Kawaga will begin an internal medicine residency at Rush University Medical Center in Chicago, Illinois. Dr. Laura Allen Matlock. Dr. Allen Matlock will begin a medicine preliminary residency, followed by her physical medicine and rehabilitation residency, both at the University of Kansas School of Medicine in Kansas City. Dr. Annabelki Almanzar. Dr. Almanzar will begin a residency in medicine primary vulnerable populations at Case Western Metro Health Medical Center in Cleveland. She is also earning the Master of Arts in Medical Ethics and Humanities. Dr. Raneem Al-Taba. Dr. Al-Taba will begin a general surgery residency at the University of Illinois College of Medicine in Chicago. Dr. Alex Archinal. Dr. Archinal will begin a psychiatry residency at the Charleston Area Medical Center in Charleston, West Virginia. Dr. Paul Veer Bod. Dr. Bod will begin her internal medicine residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Andrew Barbieri. Dr. Barbieri will begin a general surgery residency at the University of Texas Health Science Center in San Antonio. Dr. Tyler Baer. Dr. Baer will begin a neurology residency at the Cleveland Clinic Foundation in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Christine Bashore. Dr. Bashore will begin a transitional residency at Broward Health Medical Center in Deerfield Beach, Florida, followed by a radiology diagnostic residency at the University at Buffalo School of Medicine in Buffalo, New York. Dr. Marla Bashore. Dr. Bashore will begin an internal medicine residency at Case Western Metro Health Medical Center in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Mitchell Best. Dr. Best will begin an anesthesiology residency at Case Western University Hospital's Cleveland Medical Center in Cleveland. Dr. Brandon Bosiger. Dr. Bosiger will begin a psychiatry residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Jacob Brock. Dr. Brock will begin a family medicine residency at the Akron General Medical Center, NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Emily Catchpole. Dr. Catchpole will begin a pediatrics residency at Children's Hospital NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Aigen Chan. Dr. Chan will begin her family medicine residency at the UC Davis Medical Center in Sacramento, California. Dr. Selena Chandler. Dr. Chandler will begin an anesthesiology residency at Allegheny General Hospital in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Dr. Anna Chirian. Dr. Chirian will begin a pediatrics medical education residency at the University of Chicago Medical Center in Chicago, Illinois. Dr. Hazel Chow. Dr. Chow will begin a psychiatry residency at Akron General Medical Center, NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Kaylin Cockrell. Dr. Cockrell will begin a transitional residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron, followed by radiology diagnostic residency at the University of Virginia in Charlottesville. Dr. Cockrell is also earning the Certificate in Medical Ethics and Humanities. Dr. Akanksha Dadlani. Dr. Dadlani will begin a psychiatry residency at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. Dr. Nicholas Dalianis. Dr. Dalianis will begin a general surgery residency at Ascension St. John Hospital in Detroit, Michigan. Dr. Nikhil Datla. Dr. Datla will begin an emergency medicine residency at the University of Texas Medical School in Houston. Dr. Sanjana Datla. Dr. Datla will begin an internal medicine residency at Case Western University Hospital's Cleveland Medical Center in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Uta DeBoer. Dr. DeBoer will begin a psychiatry residency at the Cleveland Clinic Foundation in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Keenan Dinchman. Dr. Dinchman will begin his internal medicine residency at Case Western Metro Health Medical Center in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. William Downing, Jr. Dr. Downing will begin his family medicine residency at Akron General Medical Center, NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Yi Du. Dr. Du will begin her general surgery residency at St. Elizabeth Youngstown Hospital in Youngstown, Ohio. Dr. Anjali Dubaka. Dr. Dubaka will begin an internal medicine residency at the University of Louisville School of Medicine in Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Joshua Engel. Dr. Engel will begin a transitional residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Justin Gantz. Dr. Gantz will begin an emergency medicine residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron. Dr. Kevin Garvin. Dr. Garvin will begin a family medicine residency at the Medical University of South Carolina in Charleston, South Carolina. Dr. Varun Gopinath. Dr. Gopinath will begin a family medicine residency at the National Capital Consortium, Fort Belvoir in Virginia. Dr. Olivia Green. Dr. Green will begin her urology residency at Akron General Medical Center, NEOMED in Akron. Dr. Stephen Grossi. Dr. Grossi will begin a family medicine residency at Kettering Health Network in Beaver Creek, Ohio. Dr. Ritika Goday. Dr. Goday will begin an emergency medicine residency at Zucker School of Medicine, Northwest Staten Island University in New York. Dr. Goday is also earning the Master of Arts in Medical Ethics and Humanities. Dr. Alicia Gupta. Dr. Gupta will begin a family medicine residency at Cleveland Clinic Foundation in Lakewood, Ohio. Dr. Jordan Hochstetler. Dr. Hochstetler will begin an internal medicine residency at The Ohio State University Medical Center in Columbus, Ohio. Dr. Laura Hockey. Dr. Hockey will begin her emergency medicine residency at the University of Toledo in Toledo, Ohio. Dr. Lindsay Hofer. Dr. Hofer will begin a transitional residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron, followed by a radiology diagnostic residency at Case Western University Hospital's Cleveland Medical Center. Dr. Eliana Hoff. Dr. Hoff will begin an anesthesiology residency at the University of Michigan Hospitals in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Dr. Marisa Hollinshead. Dr. Hollinshead will begin a psychiatry residency at Brown University Butler Hospital in Providence, Rhode Island. Dr. Matthew Hom. Dr. Hom will begin an emergency medicine residency at Case Western University Hospital's Cleveland Medical Center in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Kaylin Highland. Dr. Highland will begin a family medicine residency at St. Elizabeth Health Center in Boardman, Ohio. Dr. Alexander Isla. Dr. Isla will begin an orthopedic surgery residency at Altman Hospital in Canton, Ohio. Dr. Ashna Jain. Dr. Jain will begin a pediatrics residency at the University of Michigan Hospitals in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Dr. Cooper Johnson. Dr. Johnson begins his family medicine residency at St. Elizabeth Health Center in Boardman, Ohio. Dr. Jordan Johnson. Dr. Johnson will begin a medicine preliminary residency followed by ophthalmology, both at Case Western University Hospital's Cleveland Medical Center in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Jenna Jawed. Dr. Jawed will begin a medicine preliminary residency at Akron General Medical Center, NEOMED in Akron, Ohio, followed by an anesthesiology residency at the Indiana University School of Medicine in Indianapolis. Dr. Anuradha Kanaparthi. Dr. Kanaparthy will begin an anesthesiology residency at the Mayo Clinic School of Graduate Medical Education in Rochester, Minnesota. Dr. Neil Kapoor. Dr. Kapoor will begin his orthopedic surgery residency at Akron General Medical Center, NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Pujajit Kaira. Dr. Kaira will begin her psychiatry residency at Case Western Metro Health Medical Center in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Prajit Kublal. Dr. Kublal will begin a research urology residency at the Cleveland Clinic Foundation in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Kublal is also receiving the Medical Ethics and Humanities Certificate. Dr. Benjamin Kiesling. Dr. Kiesling will begin a preliminary surgery residency at the University of Tennessee College of Medicine in Chattanooga. Dr. Mark Codsey. Dr. Codsey will begin an orthopedic surgery residency at Case Western University Hospital's Cleveland Medical Center in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Anna Katowski. Dr. Katowski will begin her family medicine residency at Peace Health Southwest Medical Center in Vancouver, Washington. Dr. Troy Coach. Dr. Coach will begin his physical medicine and rehabilitation residency at The Ohio State University Medical Center in Columbus. Dr. Daniel Lamb. Dr. Lamb begins his general surgery residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Pallavi Lenka. Dr. Lenka will begin her family medicine residency at Geisinger Health Systems in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Dr. Raghavi Lenka. Dr. Lenka will begin her medicine preliminary residency at Akron General Medical Center, NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Catherine Lee. Dr. Lee begins a pathology residency at the University of Maryland Medical Center in Baltimore. Dr. Jinsu Lee. Dr. Lee will begin an internal medicine residency at Tripler Army Medical Center in Tripler AMC, Hawaii. Dr. Z Young Lu. Dr. Liu will begin a family medicine residency at Kettering Health Network in Beaver Creek, Ohio. Dr. Jenna Link. Dr. Link will begin a family medicine residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron. Dr. Olga Litvinova. Dr. Litvinova will begin an internal medicine residency at Akron General Medical Center, NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Kajal Madam. Dr. Madam will begin an internal medicine residency at Rush University Medical Center in Chicago, Illinois. Dr. Furman Mahmood. Dr. Mahmood will begin an emergency medicine residency at Akron General Medical Center, NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Rahul Mal. Dr. Mal will begin a transitional year at Ohio Health Riverside Methodist in Columbus, Ohio, followed by radiology diagnostic at The Ohio State University Medical Center in Columbus. Dr. Sana Mansour. Dr. Mansour will begin a surgery preliminary residency at Duke University Medical Center in Durham, North Carolina. Dr. Joseph McShannock. Dr. McShannock will begin an emergency medicine residency at Mount Sinai Medical Center in Miami Beach, Florida. Dr. Garrett Meyer. Dr. Meyer begins his pediatrics residency at the University of Southern California in Los Angeles, California. Dr. Manasa Melachuri. Dr. Melachuri will begin an internal medicine residency at Case Western Metro Health Medical Center in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Imran Menhaz. Dr. Menhaz will begin a psychiatry residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron. Dr. Jamshed Mir. Dr. Mir will be pursuing a research year following graduation. Dr. Cyrus Mir Hadari. Dr. Mir Hadari will begin a plastic surgery residency at Wright State University Boonshoft School of Medicine in Dayton, Ohio. Dr. Sohi Mistry. Dr. Mistry will begin her internal medicine residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Azmina Mohammed. Dr. Mohammed will begin an emergency medicine residency at Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit, Michigan. Dr. Daniel Morcos. Dr. Morcos will begin a surgery preliminary residency at Riverside University Health System in Moreno Valley, California. He is also earning the Medical Ethics and Humanities Certificate. Dr. Fariha Mostafiz. Dr. Mostafiz will begin a pediatrics residency at Children's Hospital NEOMED in Akron. Dr. Arun Marugasan. Dr. Marugasan will begin a research year post-graduation. Dr. Ashley Meyer. Dr. Meyer will begin an internal medicine residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron. She is also earning the Master of Arts degree in Medical Ethics and Humanities. Dr. Manas Nair. Dr. Nair will begin an orthopedic surgery residency at Wright State University Boonshoft School of Medicine in Dayton. Dr. Elizabeth Otto. Dr. Otto will begin a pediatrics primary residency at Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus. Dr. Kristen Palmer. Dr. Palmer will begin a psychiatry residency at Case Western University Hospital's Cleveland Medical Center in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Peter Palmer. Dr. Palmer will begin a neurology surgery residency at the Medical College Wisconsin affiliated hospitals in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Dr. Rushita Punditi. Dr. Punditi will begin an obstetrics gynecology residency at Geisinger Health Systems in Danville, Pennsylvania, and is also earning the Medical Ethics and Humanities Certificate. Dr. Arjun Pandya. Dr. Pandya will begin a medicine preliminary residency at Western Reserve Health Education NEOMED in Warren, Ohio, followed by dermatology at Geisinger Health System in Danville, Pennsylvania. Dr. Jay Patel. Dr. Patel will begin a transitional residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron, followed by a dermatology residency at Stony Brook Teaching Hospitals in Stony Brook, New York. Dr. Sahil Patel. Dr. Patel will begin a research year in radiology following graduation. Dr. Gautam Pathak. Dr. Pathak will begin an emergency medicine residency at Beaumont Health in Royal Oak, Michigan. Dr. Nicholas Pavlatos. Dr. Pavlatos will begin his internal medicine residency at the University of Louisville School of Medicine in Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Punita Pachetti. Dr. Pachetti will begin a psychiatry residency at Emory University School of Medicine in Atlanta, Georgia. Dr. Riley Pence. Dr. Pence will begin an emergency medicine residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Vihanga Pereira. Dr. Pereira will begin an internal medicine residency at Westchester Medical Center in Valhalla, New York. Dr. Karthik Drishna Peramal. Dr. Peramal will begin a surgery medicine preliminary residency at UMass Chan Medical School, Bay State in Springfield, Massachusetts. Dr. Emily Petrinick. Dr. Petrinick will begin an internal medicine residency at Case Western University Hospital's Cleveland Medical Center in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Ella Potter. Dr. Potter will begin a psychiatry residency at St. Mary Mercy Hospital in Livonia, Michigan. Dr. Nicholas Pratt. Dr. Pratt will begin his psychiatry residency at Yale New Haven Hospital in New Haven, Connecticut. Dr. Nicholas Prescuria. Dr. Prescuria will begin an anesthesiology residency at Case Western University Hospital's Cleveland Medical Center in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Abdul Qureshi. Dr. Qureshi will begin an emergency medicine residency at Zucker School of Medicine, Northwell, NS, LIJ in Manhasset, New York. Dr. Riha Rabani. Dr. Rabani will begin a neurology residency at Wright State University Boonshoft School of Medicine in Dayton, Ohio. Dr. Ruchna Raghupathi. Dr. Raghupathi will begin an internal medicine residency at Barnes Jewish Hospital in St. Louis, Missouri. Dr. Amit Rao. Dr. Rao will begin an internal medicine residency at the University of Arizona College of Medicine in Tucson, Arizona. Dr. Akinav Raval. Dr. Raval will begin an internal medicine residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Erica Reber. Dr. Reber will begin her emergency medicine residency at Akron General Medical Center NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Dominic Rich. Dr. Rich will begin a psychiatry general residency at UPMC Medical Education in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Dr. Christine Riscala. Dr. Riscala will begin her pediatrics residency at Kaiser Permanente in Oakland, California. Dr. Serena Rojofada. Dr. Rojofada will begin a family medicine residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Barberton, Ohio. Dr. Teresa Russell. Dr. Russell will begin an obstetrics gynecology residency at Wright State Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio. Dr. Abraham Salim. Dr. Salim will begin an internal medicine residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Malik Sala. Dr. Sala will begin a transitional residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron. Dr. Zaid Sarwar. Dr. Sarwar will begin an internal medicine residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Scott Schmucky. Dr. Schmucky will begin a family medicine residency at the University of Oklahoma College of Medicine in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Dr. Alexis Schweibens. Dr. Schweibens will begin a general surgery residency at Ohio Health Riverside Methodist in Columbus. Dr. Vincent Serapiglia. Dr. Serapiglia will begin a general surgery residency at Ohio Health Riverside Methodist in Columbus. Dr. Ann Shabab. Dr. Shabab will begin an obstetrics gynecology residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron. Dr. Bhavya Sharma. Dr. Sharma will begin an otolaryngology residency at University Hospitals in Columbia, Missouri. Dr. Divya Sharma. Dr. Sharma will begin a medicine preliminary residency at Ohio Health Riverside Methodist in Columbus. Dr. Max Sheng. Dr. Sheng will begin a transitional residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron, followed by radiology diagnostic at Case Western University Hospital's Cleveland Medical Center in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Gurkuran Singh. Dr. Singh will begin an internal medicine residency at Case Western Metro Health Medical Center in Cleveland. Dr. Naya Sterling. Dr. Sterling begins her pediatrics residency at Baylor College of Medicine in Houston, Texas. Dr. Whitney Stolnicki. Dr. Stolnicki will begin a child neurology residency at UPMC Medical Education in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Dr. Andrew Sukan. Dr. Sukan will begin his internal medicine residency at Johns Hopkins Bayview in Baltimore, Maryland. Dr. Dipendra Thapalia. Dr. Thapalia will begin an internal medicine residency at Case Western Metro Health Medical Center in Cleveland. Dr. Alexandra Tomasco. Dr. Tomasco will begin a pediatrics primary residency at Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus. Dr. Parker Trent. Dr. Trent will begin an ophthalmology residency at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center in Bethesda, Maryland. Dr. Polami Tripathi. Dr. Tripathi will begin a family medicine residency at University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. Sriharsha Valetti. Dr. Valetti will begin a medicine preliminary residency at Christ Hospital in Cincinnati, followed by radiology diagnostic at Hospital of the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Dr. Seema Wase. Dr. Wase will begin an otolaryngology residency at the University of North Carolina Hospitals in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Dr. Grant Weltland. Dr. Weltland will begin an orthopedic surgery residency at UPMC Hammett Medical Center in Erie, Pennsylvania. Dr. Victoria Webster. Dr. Webster will begin a family medicine residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. In addition, Dr. Webster is the first NEOMED student to complete the accelerated family medicine track, graduating medical school in 3 years. Dr. Stephanie Wolf. Dr. Wolf will begin an obstetrics gynecology residency at Summa Health NEOMED in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Noor Yaqub. Dr. Yaqub will begin a medicine preliminary residency, followed by dermatology, both at Case Western Metro Health Medical Center in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Kaval Yerigeri. Dr. Yerigeri will begin a medicine pediatrics residency at Case Western Metro Health Medical Center in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Ryan Zubricki. Dr. Zubricki will begin an ophthalmology residency at Geisinger Medical Center in Danville, Pennsylvania.
Will the graduates of the College of Medicine please stand? Please join me in welcoming Ohio's newest physicians, the NEOMED College of Medicine Class of 2022. You may be seated, or we could do this for a few more minutes. As new graduates, the students from the College of Medicine will carry on a tradition that was started many years ago at the university, that of a class oath. I would like to call to the podium the members of the College of Medicine Class Oath Committee: Alex Archinal, Anna Cherian, Jin Lee, and Elizabeth Otto.
Now we ask the College of Medicine Class of 2022 and any physicians present today to please stand, if able, and join us in reading our class oath, which may be found on page 28 of the commencement booklet. As a member of the class of 2022, I hereby pledge this oath to my future patients, colleagues, communities, and those who have offered support. To my patients, to always keep the best interests of my patients in mind, to take a holistic approach to patient care, to always listen with compassion and a non-judgmental ear, to always show warmth and genuineness in the unique position we have with patients, to be advocates for those who feel like their voice cannot be heard, to the field of medicine, to always pursue learning in my field and academic excellence, to always contribute more knowledge to the field, to honor the integrity of the institution of medicine, to my colleagues in the workplace, to foster the spirit of collaboration and collegiality with all members of the team, to uphold the highest principles in myself and others, and to stand up when these values are threatened, to value the camaraderie amongst my colleagues and strive to work together with our patients' best interests in mind, to my community, to use my capacity as a physician to advocate for patients and their communities, to identify barriers to healthcare and work toward eliminating disparities, to see patient needs beyond a biomedical model and incorporate social factors of health into patient care. To my family and friends, to be eternally grateful for those who have influenced my journey, to love those who continue to uphold me through the challenges of medicine, to myself, to be guided by what is right, true, fair, and good, to continuously engage in self-reflection, ensuring that my actions are for others, not stained with selfish intentions, to be a physician of integrity, humility, and compassion. With this oath, I pledge to be a physician of virtue for my patients, my colleagues, my community, my family and friends, the medical field, and myself. May I honor my vocation as a physician all my life and always remember that the patient is why I'm here.
Thank you to the members of the College of Medicine Oath Committee. You may all please be seated. I am now pleased to introduce my colleague, Dr. Richard Kasmer, Dean of the College of Pharmacy.
Welcome to our graduates from the College of Pharmacy, Class of 2022. 4 years ago, when you began as pharmacy students, pharmacists in Ohio could only be paid to dispense drugs, even though we were trained to provide care and do much more. In January of 2019, just a few months into your first year, and years after lobbying by many, a key change was made to the Ohio Revised Code to include pharmacists as providers. While the implementation has been slow, much progress has been made. And now, pharmacists are being paid for other parts of their job, such as performing diagnostic tests and helping patients manage chronic conditions. You are about to enter into a new era in pharmacy where healthcare policy has been effectively changed to improve access to care. You'll be standing on the shoulders of decades of work to help implement the systems and change lives through your care. As we speak, pharmacists are not only managing chronic conditions such as diabetes, asthma, blood pressure, smoking cessation, and much more, but they are now being recognized by payers as providers within their networks who are reimbursed for clinical services. I am proud to say that NEOMED graduates have always been prepared for this moment. But College of Pharmacy Class of 2022, you may be the first graduating class across the state of Ohio that can fully practice at the top of their license. I look forward to seeing you emerge as transformational leaders. I'm now pleased to recognize the college's Gonfalon bearer, Maria Gagnos, who graduates first in her class for the honor to represent the College of Pharmacy, and Erin Marico, who was selected to carry the bowl of Hygeia, that's this right here, by her peers as the one classmate who they would want for their own personal pharmacist. Congratulations to both Maria and Erin. I would now like to introduce the faculty members who were selected by this year's class of graduates to serve as hooders in today's ceremony. They represent the world-class educators at NEOMED who strive each day to help students, like you, to become the best pharmacists possible. I ask that each individual stand as I call their name, and I ask you to hold your applause until all have been introduced. Please join me in recognizing Dr. Fadi Abdul Razul. Dr. Patria Kober. Better. Dr. Kyle Gustafson. Dr. Nico Pollack. The ever-popular Dr. Altaf Darvish. And Dr. Beth Lamont. Now, Drs. Abdul Razul, Lamont, and Pollack are also graduates of our university. Thank you, and please be seated. It is my great pleasure and privilege to ask the graduates of the College of Pharmacy, class of 2022, to stand and for President Langille to approach the podium for the conferring of the Doctor of Pharmacy degree.
Members of the College of Pharmacy class of 2022, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the NEOMED Board of Trustees and by the State of Ohio Department of Higher Education, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Pharmacy with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. On behalf of the administration, faculty, staff, and students, I offer you our warmest congratulations and very best wishes. You may be seated.
Receiving the degree, Doctor of Pharmacy, Dr. Randa Abu Hashim. Dr. Abu Hashim is pursuing a position in hospital pharmacy. Dr. Gabriel Akwai. Dr. Akwai will be joining Mark's Pharmacy in Cleveland, Ohio as a pharmacist. Dr. Noor Al-Harari. Dr. Al-Harari will be pursuing a position as a hospital pharmacist. Dr. Burhain Araya. Dr. Araya will be pursuing a position as a community pharmacist. Dr. Maidam Avila Caballero. Dr. Caballero will begin a PGY1 community residency position at UH Meds in Parma, Ohio. Dr. Crystal Baker. Dr. Baker will begin a PGY1 residency at Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Daniel Zach Bentum Ennen. Dr. Bentum Ennen will serve as a visiting finance and marketing professor at the University of Education in Winneba, Ghana, and join Giant Eagle in Stowe, Ohio as a graduate pharmacist. Dr. Shayna Bird. Dr. Bird will begin a PGY1 residency at Renown Regional Medical Center in Reno, Nevada. Dr. George Bolus. Dr. Bolus is pursuing community pharmacy. Dr. Jessica Baller. Dr. Ballar is pursuing hospital pharmacy. Dr. Eileen Cameron. Dr. Cameron is pursuing hospital pharmacy. Dr. Jared Campbell. Dr. Campbell will be joining Rite Aid in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania as a pharmacist. Dr. Lindsay Campbell. Dr. Campbell will begin a PGY1 residency at Altman Hospital in Canton, Ohio. Dr. Mariah Carlton. Dr. Carlton will begin a residency at UH-Meds in Parma, Ohio as a PGY1 community resident. Dr. Derek Chan. Dr. Chan is pursuing a position in hospital pharmacy. Dr. Alexis Collada. Dr. Collada will begin a PGY1 residency at Geisinger, Wyoming Valley Medical Center in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Dr. Gretchen Conabear. Dr. Conabear will be joining Discount Drug Mart in Amherst, Ohio as their pharmacist. Dr. Melinda Conley. Dr. Conley is pursuing hospital pharmacy. Dr. Matthew Costello. Dr. Costello will be joining Novartis Institutes for Biomedical Research and Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences in Cambridge, Massachusetts as a Clinical Quality Assurance Fellow. Dr. Taylor Craco. Dr. Craco will begin her PGY1 residency at Northeast Ohio Medical University Access Point Community Health Centers in Rootstown, Ohio. Dr. Samantha Cyphers. Dr. Cyphers will be joining CVS Pharmacy in Medina, Ohio as their pharmacist. Dr. Prince Danso. Dr. Danso is pursuing the pharmaceutical industry in New Jersey. Dr. Jahira Diaz-Cardones. Dr. Diaz-Cardona will begin a PGY1 residency at the Cleveland Clinic Mercy Hospital in Canton, Ohio. Dr. Cecil Ekachukwu. Dr. Ekachukwu is pursuing a pharmacy fellowship. Dr. Alexis El-Khoury. Dr. El-Khoury will be joining Trellis RX at Summa Health in Akron, Ohio as a PGY1 community resident. Dr. Taylor Elias. Dr. Elias will begin a PGY1 residency at Cleveland Clinic Fairview Hospital in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Caitlin Fair. Dr. Fair will begin a PGY1 residency at Summa Health System in Akron, Ohio. Dr. Raquel Fricker. Dr. Fricker will begin a PGY1 residency at Southwest General Health Center in Middleburg Heights, Ohio. Dr. Jamie Fries. Dr. Fries is pursuing a position as a community pharmacist. Dr. Andrew Folk. Dr. Folk is pursuing a PhD in the Integrated Pharmaceutical Medicine program at NEOMED. Dr. Maria Gaños. Dr. Gaños will begin a PGY1 residency at University Hospital's Portage Medical Center in Ravenna, Ohio. Dr. Allison Garner. Dr. Garner is pursuing a position in community pharmacy. Dr. Jake Gerardo. Dr. Gerardo will be joining Ohio Health Riverside Methodist Hospital in Columbus, Ohio as a PGY1 Health System Administration and Leadership resident. Dr. Alexandria Gottschall. Dr. Gottschall will be joining Rite Aid in Kenton, Ohio as a graduate intern pharmacist. Dr. Derek Greer. Dr. Greer will begin a PGY1 residency at Chillicothe VA Medical Center in Chillicothe, Ohio. Dr. Mariam Hadari. Dr. Hadari is pursuing a position in community pharmacy. Dr. Logan Helmick. Dr. Helmick will be joining Drug Mart as their pharmacist. Dr. Brittany Hendricks. Dr. Hendricks is pursuing a position in hospital pharmacy. Dr. Logan Hunkus. Dr. Hunkus will begin a PGY1 residency at The Ohio State University College of Pharmacy in Columbus, Ohio. Dr. Tamer Ilian. Dr. Ilian will begin a PGY1 residency at St. Elizabeth Youngstown Hospital in Youngstown, Ohio. Dr. Rudy Katula. Dr. Katula is pursuing a position in community pharmacy. Dr. Amy Kearns. Dr. Kearns will begin a PGY1 residency at St. Elizabeth Youngstown Hospital in Youngstown, Ohio. Dr. Charles Kornakovich. Dr. Kornakovich will begin working at CVS Pharmacy. Dr. Dura Langford. Dr. Langford will begin a PGY1 residency at Memorial Belleville Shiloh Protestant Memorial Medical Center in Belleville, Illinois. Dr. May Lee. Dr. Lee will begin a PGY1 residency at Hampton VA Medical Center in Hampton, Virginia. Dr. Louis Liming. Dr. Liming will join Elite Pharmacy in Canfield, Ohio as owner. Dr. Tiffany Martin. Dr. Martin will be joining Walgreens in Toronto, Ohio as their pharmacist. Dr. Johnny Matthews III. Dr. Matthews will begin a PGY1 residency at Fort Sanders Regional Medical Center in Knoxville, Tennessee. Dr. Bryony Maurer. Dr. Maurer will begin a PGY1 residency at Mercy Health Lorraine Hospital in Lorraine, Ohio. Dr. Larissa Melnick. Dr. Melnick will be joining InpharmD in Atlanta, Georgia as a Drug Information Fellow. Dr. Megan Melody. Dr. Melody will begin a PGY1 residency at University Hospitals Portage Medical Center in Ravenna, Ohio. Dr. Aaron Marico. Dr. Marico will be joining University Hospitals Cleveland Medical Center in Cleveland, Ohio as an investigational drug services pharmacy specialist. Dr. Olivia Miller. Dr. Miller is pursuing a position in community pharmacy. Dr. Mariah Moravchik. Dr. Moravchik will begin a PGY1 residency at University Hospitals Geauga Medical Center in Chardon, Ohio. Dr. Ashley Nacarado. Dr. Nacarado will join Rite Aid in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania as a pharmacist. Dr. John Ikena Ogwebu. Dr. Okwebu will begin a PGY1 residency at Parkland Health and Hospital System in Dallas, Texas. Dr. Madison Ordonez. Dr. Ordonez will begin her PGY1 residency at UPMC St. Margaret in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Dr. Eric Osei. Dr. Osei will be joining Grady Hospital in Atlanta, Georgia as their pharmacist. Dr. Carl Palladino. Dr. Palladino will be joining The Botanist in Canton, Ohio as a designated representative pharmacist. Dr. Raneem Alioubi Palada. Dr. Palada will begin a PGY1 residency at University of Michigan Health System in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Dr. Victor Palada. Dr. Palada is pursuing a position as a community pharmacist. Dr. Victoria Perry. Dr. Perry will begin a PGY1 residency at Altman Hospital in Canton, Ohio. Dr. Flavia Pasca. Dr. Pasca will begin a PGY1 residency at University Hospital's Parma Medical Center in Parma, Ohio. Dr. Pratik Patel. Dr. Patel begins his PGY1 residency at Cleveland Clinic Euclid Hospital in Euclid, Ohio. Dr. Vidiben Patel. Dr. Patel is pursuing a position as a community pharmacist. Dr. Jason Patton. Dr. Patton will begin a PGY1 residency at University Hospital's Cleveland Medical Center in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Sarah Phyllis. Dr. Phyllis will begin a PGY1 residency at Cleveland Clinic Medina Hospital in Medina, Ohio. Dr. Tabitha Pinkstaff. Dr. Pinkstaff will begin a PGY1 residency at Cleveland Clinic Medina Hospital in Medina, Ohio. Dr. Jason Pohl. Dr. Pohl will begin a PGY1 residency at the VA Northeast Ohio Healthcare System in Cleveland, Ohio. Dr. Monica Cagey. Dr. Cagey is pursuing a community pharmacy position. Dr. Mohamed Rasool. Dr. Rasool will begin a PGY1 residency at Northeast Ohio Medical University Access Point Community Health Centers in Rootstown, Ohio. Dr. Jessie Rupp. Dr. Rupp will begin her residency at University Hospitals in Cleveland, Ohio as a PGY1 Health System Administration and Leadership resident. Dr. Virginia San Juan. Dr. San Juan will begin a PGY1 residency at Altman Alliance Community Hospital in Alliance, Ohio. Dr. Amy Sharber. Dr. Sharber is pursuing a hospital pharmacy position. Dr. Jular Shakgozar. Dr. Joseph Cecil. Dr. Cecil will begin a PGY1 residency at University Hospital's St. John Medical Center in Westlake, Ohio. Dr. Kyle Smith. Dr. Smith is pursuing a community pharmacy position. Dr. Jacob Sweet. Dr. Sweet will be joining Elite Pharmacy in Canfield, Ohio as owner. Dr. Damia Taher. Dr. Taher will be joining UH Meds in Parma, Ohio as a PGY1 community pharmacist resident. Dr. Aaron Tamulonis. Dr. Tamulonis will begin a PGY1 residency at UPMC Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Dr. Milian Terzic. Dr. Terzic is pursuing a PhD in the Integrated Pharmaceutical Medicine program here at NEOMED. Dr. Christopher Walton. Dr. Cameron Warner. Dr. Warner will be joining Crystal Clinic Orthopedic Center in Akron, Ohio as their staff pharmacist. Dr. Ronald Wheeler III. Dr. Wheeler will be joining Discount Drug Mart in North Royalton, Ohio as a float pharmacist. Dr. Ryan Yazbak. Dr. Yazbak is pursuing a community pharmacy position. Dr. Deanna Zivik-Sirik. Dr. Zivik-Sirik will begin a PGY1 residency at Cleveland Clinic, South Point Hospital in Warrensville Heights, Ohio.
Will the graduates of the College of Pharmacy, Class of 22, please rise? Please join me in welcoming Ohio's newest pharmacists, the NEOMED College of Pharmacy, Class of 2022. Okay, now you may sit down. Okay, let's proceed. Students from the College of Pharmacy will also carry on the tradition of a class oath. I would now like to call to the podium members of the College of Pharmacy Class of 2022 Oath Committee. Cecil Ekechukwu, Amy Kearns, Mariah Moravchek, Jason Pohl, and Mohinid Razul.
Members of the College of Pharmacy Class of 2022 and any pharmacists present today, please stand, if able, and recite the oath with us in unison. The pharmacy oath can be found on page 39 of the commencement booklet. Are we ready? I am eager to enter the pharmacy profession as a new graduate of the class of 2022. In order to practice at the top of my license, I fulfill this vow. For the patient, I will ensure patient-centric care and always include the patient in the decision-making process. I will provide empathetic and non-judgmental care to those that I serve. I will serve all patients equally, regardless of race, gender, ethnicity, or background. As a pharmacist, I will hold myself to the highest standard of our profession with the goal of continuing to expand our role as healthcare professionals. I will stay updated on new clinical trials and guideline changes to provide the most accurate recommendations. As a healthcare professional, I will embrace team-based learning approaches to ensure improved patient outcomes. I will use professionalism in my everyday communication with other members of the healthcare team. For our profession, I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of caring, serving, and treating others with the utmost respect. I will promote and advocate for the profession of pharmacy by being a lifelong learner, preceptor, and leader. For myself, I acknowledge and accept these responsibilities of the profession of pharmacy as I stand before my family, friends, and colleagues. I will be the greatest pharmacist I can be.
Thank you to the members of the College of Pharmacy Oath Committee. I am now pleased to call upon my colleague, Dr. Stephen Schmidt, Dean of the College of Graduate Studies. Dr. Schmidt.
Thank you, Dr. Kasmer. Welcome to our College of Graduate Studies class of 2022. Today's graduates have succeeded in advancing their knowledge across one or more fields in the health sciences, including patient care, basic, translational, and clinical research, systems administration, and education. In addition, I'm especially pleased to acknowledge our first graduates in our Master of Leadership in Health Systems Sciences program. Studies show that only about 20% of all health outcomes can be improved by direct medical care. So the impact that our graduates can have through allied and public health, health policy, research, and systems management is critical to our collective wellness. Such work hasn't always been fully understood or appreciated. But during the COVID pandemic, contributions to public health, discovery, health policy, and systems delivery were more evident than ever. Demand for our graduates' expertise continues to increase. Your contributions as members and supporters of care teams are vital and valued. Congratulations to all of our College of Graduate Studies graduates. Now I would like to acknowledge Dr. Scott Wisniewski, Program Director of the Health System Pharmacy Administration Graduate Program and Professor in the Department of Pharmacy Practice, for the honor of being the college's Gonfalon bearer. At this time, I ask the graduates of the following degree programs to stand: the Master of Arts in Medical Ethics and Humanities, the Master of Leadership in Health Systems Science, the Master of Modern Anatomical Sciences, the Master of Public Health, and the Master of Science in Health System Pharmacy Administration, and for President Langille to approach the podium for the conferring of the master's degrees.
Members of the College of Graduate Studies class of 2022, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the State of Ohio Department of Higher Education, I confer upon you the master degree as noted in the program with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. On behalf of the administration, faculty, staff, and students, I offer you our warmest congratulations and very best wishes. Will all candidates for the master's degree please proceed to the stage?
From the College of Graduate Studies, receiving the Master of Arts in Medical Ethics and Humanities, Alnabelki Almanzar. Rithika Goday. Hannah Mann. Ashley Meyer. Receiving the Master of Leadership in Health Systems Science, Ali Akhtar. Maham Alvi. Daniel Dorman. Eliza Kang. Joseph Kessler. Marian Khalil. Abigail Miller. Brandon Petrovich. Erica Ratcliffe. Emil Stentgards. Charles Woolery Jr. Receiving the Master of Modern Anatomical Sciences, Adaratu Ba. Sarah Claxton. Jacob Douglas. Celisa Duncan. Gilbert Hernandez. Antoinette Holland. Christopher Mamone. Jonathan Montez. Daniel Nascimento. Sonam Patel. Ryan Shaner. Ricardo Velez Hernandez. Receiving the Master of Public Health, Hannah Welsh. Receiving the Master of Science in Health System Pharmacy Administration, Luke Bogdanovich. And Laura Kroon.
Please join me in welcoming Ohio's newest health professionals from the College of Graduate Studies graduating class of 2022. Please be seated.
At this time, we are pleased to honor 4 of our students who plan to immediately use their skills in medicine to serve as officers in the country's armed forces. We invite Doctors Varun Gopinath, Jin Lee, Teresa Russell, and Parker Trent to the stage. They are joined by Admiral Forrest Faison III. He will conduct the United States Armed Forces ceremony while members of their families assist with the pinning on.
What a great day. What a great day to welcome folks into an amazing company of men and women serving around the world today. Congratulations to each of the 4 of you. You are making an incredible decision, and you will have a huge difference in the lives of men and women who may never say thank you to your face, but will be more grateful than you'll ever know. Would you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter. So help me God. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the company of men and women who serve today to ensure that we will pass on to our children the greatest gift we can ever give them, freedom. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our officers serving our country in the United States Armed Forces. As you may know, May is National Military Appreciation Month. Will all current and former members of the United States Armed Forces please stand if you are able? Thank you, and please be seated. Please be. No. Oh, I don't have that. Sandra?
So as I told the officers before we went out here, this is like a wedding. Something won't go right, but it doesn't matter. You're still married at the end. So we neglected to ask the parents to please pin on the officer's new rank. So please do that now.
Thank you, Admiral Faison. As a retired Air Force officer myself, I apologize for the mix-up on that. It's an important part of the ceremony. I will note that many people have promptings from the script up on the stage, but you'll notice that Admiral Faison knew the swearing in really from memory because he's done this so many times. So thank you again, sir. Next, I ask you that you please welcome the president of the NEOMED Alumni Association and graduate of the class of 2011, Dr. Alejandro Adorno, who will officially welcome graduates to our alumni family.
Welcome, class of 2022. As a proud graduate of Northeast Ohio Medical University and the first College of Pharmacy graduate to be NEOMED's Alumni Association president, I am thrilled to welcome you to one of the most significant professional memberships you will ever have. You are now forever connected to NEOMED alumni, many of whom hold leadership positions and are known for the impactful work and the positive change that they have brought to lives, systems, and policies. Our alumni reside in every state in the country, with many of us choosing to return to live, work, and lead right here in Northeast Ohio. Many alumni work for the nation's best systems, and others choose to practice at independent facilities, with some even fulfilling lifelong dreams as owner-operators. Regardless of the paths chosen or disciplines, NEOMED graduates have gained predominance in the health professions as transformational leaders. I look forward to following your careers to see how you thrive as physicians, pharmacists, allied health professionals, scientists, and educators. Let me be the first to congratulate all of you in joining our select group. You are now a member of the NEOMED alumni community of more than 5,000 health professionals. NEOMED alumni reconnect all over the country to share our experiences. I hope you will make good use of your access through our Alumni Association to form thousands of friends and professional connections with whom you can share best practices, methods, and research. Graduates, I am proud to say that you have earned the right to join our alumni community, so let's make it official. Please move your tassels from the right side to the left side at this time. You are all graduates of Northeast Ohio Medical University. My most sincere and heartfelt congratulations to you and your families.
Thank you, Dr. Adorno. Before concluding today's ceremony, I would like to recognize the family members and loved ones of our graduates who have contributed to this happy occasion in so many ways. Graduates, let's give a final round of applause in appreciation to the parents, family members, friends, and loved ones who supported you. As many of you will also be celebrating Mother's Day tomorrow, how about another round of applause for the mothers, including our graduates. And congratulations to the entire class of 2022. You made it. This moment deserves continued celebration, so I invite all of you to join us at the reception that will be held immediately after the recessional. This will be in the lobby. We ask that our guests remain seated for the recessional. The graduates will first proceed to a closed location for group photos and will join the families in the recession directly afterwards. And now, as we begin the recessional, I ask that all graduates, faculty, and stage party members stand, and members of the audience, please remain seated until members of the stage party, faculty, and graduates have left the auditorium. Thank you.